I'm going to show you how to remove virtually every charge-off from your credit report yourself using the credit sweep method. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to give you this presentation for free, but make sure to watch to the end of the video because I'm going to show you periodically where to actually access it instead of you just jumping to the end of the video. Now, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, smash that and share this video with someone that you think it might help. All right, so this is the advanced dispute flow. A lot of people think that all you have to do is send out one round of disputes and that's it. Your negative items come off. That's not how it works. There's very specific things that we need to say in our letter for this to work. We have big guns, little guns, and squirt guns when it comes to using dispute reasons. We use the Agero formula, and that is, it is action, justifier, element, reason, and outcome. And all you do is just very simply take the credit report information and plug it in. That's the beauty to the way that I dispute for my clients, factual-based disputes. We're not just coming up with things and sending hardship letters and goodwill letters and disputing online and sending 609 letters. And by the way, 609 doesn't work, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Guess what Section 609 is for? It's not for contracts and wet signatures and anything else like that. It's for you to request a copy of your credit report by law. Keep this in mind when you're sending out letters that look like you're trying to be an attorney, because you're not. Neither am I. When you send this type of dispute, you're going to maximize your ability to get these things removed because we're using what the bureaus, the creditors, and the collectors are reporting. And here's an example. If you take a look at this account, you're going to see that the date last active is different. The date last paid is different. We have activity in the payment history after the account was closed. How can that possibly be? It can't. And that's why we're using this exact information to get these things removed. That's what I'm talking about when I say factual disputes and the credit sweep process. If we jump over into this presentation, you're going to see the inverted dispute reason pyramid. And at the top of it, it tells you the exact dispute reason that you want to use to remove charge-offs, okay? So rounds 1 through 5, we're using date last active, date of last payment, notice of dispute, monthly payments on charge-offs, collections, we're going to use late and past dues and status update, date reported. Now, rounds 4 plus, now we're dealing with the stuff that doesn't really matter unless it's blatantly inaccurate, such as balance, payment history, high balance, past due, method of verification, transferred, sold, so on and so forth. And then these are the things that you just don't even want to bother with unless it is your last resort. And that's going to be open date, type, terms, comments, status detail, pay and account, limit, and account number. We have round 1, date last active. And if we're going to challenge, that would be request for investigation. And we can also send out our collector disputes if we have any of that for validation of debt round 1. So our request for investigation is going to go at the top of our letter. The text right there, it's going to say, please investigate the following information, blah, blah, blah. And then in your actual disputed account section, you're going to put the creditor name, like capital 1, the account number, like 517, and you're very simply going to plug in your information like this right here on our big idea and our next steps. And we're very simply going to say, delete this account for inaccuracy because the date last active is inaccurate. We're starting with, again, the big guns. Our second round could be possibly date last paid or our notice of dispute, but this is something that you can follow consistently for every single charge-off. Now, if you have multiple charge-offs, you can't say the same thing for every single account. You need to find something different about them. Round 3 would be payment history. Round 4, status update, and that's where you prove that they did not even do an investigation. Round 5 is date of first delinquency. Now, here's the thing. On round 3, we're also doing a challenge for their failure to enter the notice of dispute. That's when we can actually ask for the method of verification while we're also disputing the date last paid or whatever your second round dispute is. I actually did give a broken down detail of what type of dispute reasons would be like detailed, general, listed, and incorrect. And then I'm going to show you another one here, and this is really where it gets into a lot of stuff. It's going to show you with round 1, if you start at date last active, where you would go next. If they come back and say that it's verified, where you're going to go next. If there's no response, where you're going to go next. This, my friend, is absolute gold. Now, again, you have to understand that there's more than just one round. There's more than just one letter. These things are not meant to come off your credit report. They are meant to stay on there. They're meant to keep your scores low, and they're meant to keep you subprime, okay? Because you have to remember that the bureaus are in the business of making money off your information, all right? So if you have questions about this, post it down in the comments, or if you need my help and you want to see if I can do this for you, use the link at the top of your screen, my740.com. All right, so that is it for today on how to remove virtually every charge off from your credit. I will see you later.